So welcome to all our attendees today. My name is Chris Lord from Thrive Technologies. In this webinar, we'll be presenting MYOB Advanced Construction, which is a comprehensive accounting and construction management solution. Our presenters are John Buckley, Product Manager for MYOB, and Greg Joyce from Thrive, who will run you through the system. And with that, I'll hand over to you, John, to provide some background.
Great, thanks, Chris. As mentioned, my name is John Buckley. I'm the Product Manager for MYOB Advanced Construction. I joined MYOB around 18 months ago with a big focus on construction and having their construction edition localised for ANZ and to really support the needs of builders across Australia and New Zealand. I have a long background in construction software, 20+ years, and I am based in Melbourne. The advanced construction product that was launched in 2020, and it complements the functionality of the MYOB Advanced Business ERP platform. It was built from the ground up for the cloud, full 100% cloud-based, so you can access your data anytime, anywhere, and on any device. It's suited to general contractors and services businesses, and the features that get introduced with Construction Edition are features around subcontracts, retention management, and security of payments compliance. And we continue to build that out. Recently, we've released functionality for general contractors for payment schedules that need to go to subbies. And we're also currently working on quite a large initiative for this project and retention trusts legislation that's coming into Queensland very soon. So we're looking to support our customers in Queensland there as well. Just flick to the next slide there, please, Greg. So Thrive and MYOB, as I mentioned, when I first started with MYOB around 18 months ago, Greg was the first channel partner to reach out and introduce himself. So there has been a long-standing partnership with MYOB and Thrive, and we continue to work closely together with Thrive, supporting customers both new and existing, and also Thrive to give me and MYOB a lot of valuable input into the needs of the customers and what are the features that are most important to customers in the industry. And as I've sort of experienced, that they are the experts in construction, definitely. So certainly a partner to go with if you're looking to look at construction ERP systems, especially MYOB. Greg, now I believe you're going to have a bit of a demo of Advanced and show everyone what it's all about.
That's it. Thank you, John, for your kind words.
No problem.
Software. It was my software. Sorry, this is what that's what GoToMeeting does. Welcome everyone. So this is MYOB Advanced Construction, and this is my home screen that I get when I come in here, and you can see it's got a lot of nice information on there. You can, as a user, you can have any type of home screen you like. This is one that comes out of the box for the construction people. And you can see I've got a nice report here, which is a cost report. Further down, I've got some nice pie charts. I've got some graphs. I've even got a link camera to the site if I want to have that, and more reports down here. These are very easy to put together. So basically, I can click in here from here, and I can change this report. I can save it to my desktop, and so on and so forth. Anything which is in blue, which means I can drill down and go straight to the product, straight to the job. So I'll just show you how that happens. It's pretty quick. And then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the product. So that takes me, I've gone to my job, it takes me straight into my job setup screen. And we'll go through this in detail in a little while, but yeah, just to show you how quick it is. I'm just going to go back in here and click on the MYOB banner, and that takes me back to my home screen. So just to walk around some of the functionality, the general functionality of MYOB Advanced. You can see here I am logged in as Thrive Constructions. This is multi-company, so you can have as many companies in here as you like, and you people can have roles, and you can make sure that they only go into companies that you want them to. You can do consolidations, a whole lot of things you can do. And if you're coming from products like MYOB Account Right or Xero, where you have to have separate folders for all your companies, it's a massive time saving. You also have a very good help system here. So wherever I am in the software, if I click on the help, it'll show me what's pertinent for that particular screen. So over on the left-hand side, just to show you around MYOB, is we have our modules, or what you'd call our modules, and it's very multifunctional MYOB. There's all sorts of things you can do, and it's probably got more features in it than any product on the market, I think. So you've got additional modules down here, like your normal distribution type modules. You've got fixed assets module. It does foreign currency. It has contract management, a CRM system as well that you can use, which we use for our MYOB opportunities in here. It also has a full manufacturing suite as well. So very, very functional. So it's very well suited for businesses that are multifaceted. So you might have, a group of companies that do different things. You might have a distribution business. You might have a construction business, or you might have, a business, which is hybrid, which does a bit of both. So you can have all of that in one system. Okay. So all of these modules are all pretty similar as we go in here. They have a transaction area where you do things. They have a profile area where you set things up. They have a process area where you run workflows and processes that you want to do, inquiries and reports. So they're all very consistent as you go through the system. Also has really good search facilities. So wherever I am, if I want to go to somewhere, so if I put in project budget, it'll go and find it for me, and I can take it straight there. And you see this little star on the side. If I click on that star, it'll save it and go into my favorites up the top here. So very easy to get around the system. So let's go and have a look at the construction module. Again, I could go back to the top. It would take me back to my home screen if I wanted to. And I'm going to go into this project here, and we're going to talk around it. Show you all the things you can do. So here we have, this is a house job. And I like to demo this one because everyone knows what a house is like, how it gets put together. We've got a lot of other demo things. We've got commercial jobs in here. So any sort of construction, this is good for. But this by example, is a pretty good demonstration. So basically the first page here is like a setup area, and we define, what the job's going to look like here. So, our tasks and our cost codes and so on, particularly because this is multi-company, we want to put it against a company or a division. We can do that as well. We also have how we're going to bill it, and it's quite functional in terms of this is a progress bill, but we can also do cost plus, we can do time and materials billing, work in process billing, etc. So, it's very functional in terms of, what it can do there. So really the first thing that we do when we set up a job is we define tasks. So tasks can either be a cost task or it can be a revenue task. And then we get our data in there when we're starting to set up the job. If you use the CRM part of MYOB Advanced, you can put your tender information in, and when it becomes a job, you can transfer all of that information into the job. which is pretty cool. So you don't lose anything, and I'll show you in a minute. For instance, you can have all your files up here. You can attach your files. So you might have done a whole lot of stuff in tender stage. So I've got a concrete plan here. I've got, a couple of other plans in here. I might have a tender document and so on. So I can bring all those through when it becomes a job. The next thing that I would do would be I'd set up a revenue budget, and this is how I'm going to build the job. So again, if you've ever built a house or you're familiar with that, it's a progress claim setup. I get a deposit and a slab and so on, and I run through it. You'll also notice here I've got additional landscaping on here, which is a variation that I've put through and that I've adjusted. So the second thing you would do is put in a cost budget. So this goes right down to cost code level. So you can have a standard set of cost codes already built up in here. What you can actually do with this is, you notice up here I've got a template, a home builder template. So I can have any number of templates which are predefined. So that works out really well if you do different types of work. So you might do high-rise developments, and you might do commercial buildings, and you might do new homes. So you can have a template set up with all your cost codes and your billing and everything. And all you do when you set up the new job is bring in the template, and it'll populate everything. A couple of nice things about these grids. So you can see I've got a whole lot of things. As I move through the job, it's going to pre-fill my committed costs, my actual costs, and so on. As I place orders and receive invoices and use labour, this little button here lets me define what columns I want in these grids, so I can move them around, I can add them, and so on, and get exactly what I want. A couple of other things which are really cool is this button here will export whatever is in this grid to Excel. So what many clients do is they have a certain setup that they want to have their cost budget, for example. I export it to Excel. I populate it in Excel, and then I can load the records back from Excel as well. So it doesn't matter what estimating system that you use, you can always just get it into this spreadsheet, click the button and bring it in, and you'll get the perfect budget every time. So just moving along here, we've got balances. So balances is like a profit and loss on the job, if you like. So we've got, our original budgeted amount, our revised budgeted amount, and our expense totals as we go, cruising, through the job. Now, once we're in the job, we want to start letting it. So we can do straight from the job. We can create purchase orders and subcontracts. All these things are available on the menu as well, but you can. It's job centric, so I can do it all. Once I'm in the job, I can do anything I want. So I can place purchase orders. I can put subcontracts in here. I can place these subcontracts, and this one's for electrical. So I've got 3 parts of it: the service, connection, a rough, and a finish. And I'll show you a bit more on that. One of the things with MYOB that is very cool is this actions column here. So from here, I could email, I could create the subcontract, I could email it, I could print it, I could put it on hold, and so on and so forth if I want to. So I put my commitments in there. Just need to get the screen and close that. And then I can follow that right the way through. So if I go into payables, I can create an invoice for that. This one will do. I've already created this one, but I'll just go and show you. So there's all the line items there. I can come through here. I can create a payment schedule for this. I can go and print a payment schedule, and I could email that out to a client. So it handles all of the security of payment stuff, and it'll put up a nice thing. So we just put your logo up in there, and away you go. Okay, so that goes through like the payment side. Get back. And then there are various things here. You know, we can release these invoices. When an invoice comes through, we can match it. We can put it on hold. We can add it to a schedule to release, and so on and so forth. So let's just go back to our project screens. Notice the other thing which is nice too, across the top, and my GoToMeeting buttons are in the road, but I can have multiple windows open here at any particular time as well. So I'll just go back here, which is also very handy. So you know, if I'm working in, if I'm an accounts person, I could have receivables open, I could have payables open all at the one time. Okay, so I've got my commitments, and as I place my commitments and release my commitments, they will come back and they will adjust this cost budget. Then I've got invoices, which is your progress billing side. So I've billed a couple on this job, so that's a pretty simple process. So I'll basically go to my revenue budget, I go and mark it that it's complete, I go and run the project billing, and out comes the progress claim, and I send it to the client. It ends up in here as an invoice too, and I can drill straight through to see what's there. We also pick up retentions, so retentions in payable invoices and also customer invoices. You got your variations here too. Some people like to use variation requests first, and then when a variation request is approved, we turn it into variations. Other people like just to go to variations, and there's different statuses on these. I can go through, drill through to these. I can update the cost codes. I can also update the contract as well as I go. So I can pick all of that up in one hit. Just going to move this. Yeah, you don't want to move. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my screen. Yeah, change requests, and we also have change orders in there as well. And again, I can move these columns around to see exactly what I want to see. So basically, all of the construction functionality is contained in here. A couple other nice things as well that you can do when you're in your budget screen. Again, this action menu does some nice things. You can lock your commitments, which means that no one can change the amount of the commitments that you put in there. And you also lock your budget, which means you're always working from, you know, from what you originally forecast the job would cost you as you move through the system. So any of these reports where I am and things that I'm doing, I can email away too. So in all of these screens, you know, like the commitment screen and so on, I have the opportunity when I go into any of these. Again, I've got, you know, the actions that come up here too, and again, it's pretty straightforward. I could email that subcontract away. I could complete it. I could not email it. I could print it, and so on and so forth. So you just basically work through it. I've also got subcontract and purchase order variations that I can put through as well. If the subcontractor comes back and asks me to, you know, make some changes, or I need him to do some more work. So outside, back in the menu, there's a whole lot of reports we can run. You can create your own reports. There's a report writer inside MYOB Advanced that lets you do all of these things. We also have the Velixo Excel reporting tools, which are very cool, and you can get any data you like out of MYOB Advanced and into Velixo, and you can have it just sitting on the menu, and it actually ships with MYOB as well. So that's basically the construction module, what it does. There's more to it as well. Like I say, if you want to get into if you do cost plus, you can have rate tables in there as well that you can set up if you want to bill clients a particular way. You also could do a forecast in here if you want to, and you can actually do a forecast on a job month on month, and you can break the dollars up, and that'll update every time that you want to run it month on month. When you buy the construction module, you get two other modules. One of them is project management, and the other one's compliance. So let's have a look at project management. So it comes with it. So you may only need this amount of project management in your business. It's mainly for forms and the basic things that we do on jobs. And it may well work well for you. There are more sophisticated project management products around, like Procore, and Procore integrates with MYOB. So all of the dollars will flow back and forward from Procore to MYOB, and that means that in Procore you can do a forecast and complete if you want to. So that works really well. But just to show you through some of the things that happen in here, these days most people do site diaries or daily field reports. So again, this can all be run on a tablet, or it could be done on a phone. There's more real estate in the tablet, but basically this is recording what we do on site, you know, what time it was on the site, what labor was there. So there's a whole lot of possibilities when it comes to recording labor. You can actually put it on a site diary if you want. You can have a personal employee timesheet, or you can use workforce management, which is MYOB's HR system. Or you can simply put it in here and we can take it into payroll from here. So, you know, I'm recording that Bolton was there. This is what they did. This is the job they worked on. And they also used a piece of equipment. I can record any change requests. The plumber was there and he wanted me to fix the leaking pipes. Any change orders that come from there. Any subcontractors that were on the site. Any project issues. You know, there might have been a problem on there. I can take pictures with my phone. I can add them from my device, any pictures I want, any notes I want, record any equipment that was there. So we had a bulldozer on site this day, and the weather conditions, which are very important, as you know, because if you're subject to notices of delay and extension of time, you want that hard evidence there. So all of that data's there stored, and you can come back and check it out anytime you like. Okay, so there's a few other things also in project management. Request for information, issues log. You can put your drawings in here if you want to. You can have photo logs. Submittal's not often used, but if you need to do sampling, you know, for particular types of materials, you can do that as well. You also get compliance. So we'll talk about what compliance does. So compliance is sorry guys, my headphones decided to turn themselves off. I hope you can hear me now. So compliance is about any documents or anything that you need for a job, for a customer, for a supplier, for a subcontractor. So typically insurance is one of those things. So I can tell it that, you know, what I need a certificate of currency. I can do it by job, a whole lot of things that I can do in here, and it will pop up and do reminders. You can even set it to send automatic emails out to the subcontractors to tell them that their certificate of compliance is up. Notices, certificates, all those sorts of things. Again, so you can use we've got all sorts of things that we're using it for. But any document we can put in there, we've got, you know, hazardous materials stuff, we've got safety training, you know, certificate of compliance, all these different forms, you know, and it works pretty well that we can use it that way. Okay, I'm probably not going to show you too much more. That's pretty much you know, what we have, but you know, you pretty much do the whole construction accounting side of it. All of the information we put in here, you know, integrates with all the rest of the modules: the accounts payable module, the accounts receivable module, the general ledger. It has nice setup functionality there. So a lot of the things that you set up in the background about where you want things to post to is set and forget, what we call. So you only have to, you know, you only have to set it up once, and then the operator doesn't have to do any of that sort of thing. So what I might do now is I might go back to presentation and open up any questions. If you guys want to use the chat box, if you see the chat box here, and I'll get Chris to monitor what goes in the chat box. So any questions, guys?
Thanks, Greg. I'll just give a minute for people to start typing some messages in. You can just send it directly to us if you see it. Okay, got one. Good question, one we often get. Does it work with account right? And I can answer that question.
Good question.
It is a complete package. So this includes construction management, and it's a full financial system as well. John, I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit more with your MYOB hat on.
Yeah, sure, Chris. Yeah, so the MYOB Advanced is a full cloud ERP system. AccountRight is our sort of small to medium business product. We do have, it is a separate package altogether, and we do have upgrade paths and people that can step you through the full upgrade experience and get all your data across and get you running smoothly as well. So we certainly have paths for upgraders to move to the advanced platform.
Thanks, John. Got another question. Can you use it for estimating, i.e. a bill of quantities?
I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to say if you're looking to create a bill of quantities, you wouldn't be using this product for that. There are a number of estimating products that integrate with MYOB Advanced, so you know you would probably use a specialized estimating product for that. But you could, if you had your BOQ, subject to how detailed it is and you know how many columns it has, you could import that into MYOB Advanced Construction from Excel.
Yep, good answer. It does actually have an integration with ProEst, is that correct, John?
Yep, that's correct, Chris.
Yeah, but we can pull in an estimate for pretty much any estimating package. They can all push out estimates in a spreadsheet, which you can set up an import template to bring them in. Even if you're using multiple estimating packages, we can set them up for each individual type. Bluebeam was the question. So I would expect that you could bring it in from Bluebeam.
Yeah.
So short answer, yes, we can import from Bluebeam. We have no other questions there, so we might wrap that up. So thanks a lot, Greg and John, for your presentations. If you can flick over to the PowerPoint. So this is the contact details for the three relevant people. Greg, contact details on the screen. Myself, I look after the Greg is New South Wales and ACT. I look after Queensland, Northern Territory, West Australia. And Sarah on the right is Victoria and South Australia, and of course Tasmania. So we will allow people to maybe do a screen grab or something with those contact details, but if you want to just get in touch with us, you can also email info@thrivetech.com.au, and that will come through to all of us. But we'll leave it there. I thank you all for your time and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Greg, there was just a question